How's it going, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome on back to a brand new episode of Customs for LEGO DC Supervillains. And today is going to be a special episode because we are going to go on ahead and begin work on our Guardians of the Galaxy squad. Now, we have done quite a lot of work on that team already, whether it be some customs during live, one of which is and that it would be Gamora right down here. So of course she's still on the squad, which is awesome. But today I want to go on ahead and get to work on two other characters from the Guardians of the Galaxy, one of which is going to be the one and only Drax, and the other one will be Star-Lord, which of course by process of elimination kind of lets you know which ones we're going to be working on the next video, where we're going to basically assemble the entirety of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So with that in mind, ladies and gents, let's get started here with, of course, I guess Drax, since I went ahead and titled this one Drax, even though I wasn't even really paying attention. But I guess Drax it is. So let's go on ahead and... Okay. So the toughest part for Drax is probably going to be the torso and the head, which is usually the case anyways. So what we can do... If we went with, like, I don't even know which one of these would be the best skin tone for Drax. I think maybe this would be it, honestly. So if we went with that and then made this red, wow, that's actually doesn't look too bad. So if we went the exact same colors but with the more busy torso, that might actually be the way to go. So that's a possibility here, honestly. Let me take a look at some preset torsos. In fact, if we added even maybe something else to the design, like something to keep the design even busier looking, like something like this, for example, let's say. Right? Oh, wait, you can recolor it. Oh, okay. That's weird. Why would they not let us recolor that? I actually just now noticed that, seriously. I genuinely did not even see that before. That's so strange that they wouldn't let us recolor that. Like something like that, you know, to just give it a bit more of that tattoo feel. Now, let me take a look at the preset bodies. I really genuinely don't think we're going to find anything better. But let's first take a look before we jump to conclusions. Maybe there really is something that has red elements to it that we could use. Of course, we can change the majority of the outfit, but we would need to have those red tattoos. So, for example... we change something like that. That doesn't really work. You see, if there was something like the swamp monster torso, but instead of the green, if it had red, then that would have worked quite nicely, honestly, for the design we're going for. But don't necessarily think there is anything like that, unfortunately. Is that going to remain red? No, it's... well, I mean, some aspects remain red, but that's not... enough, simply put. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we do have to go with the torso that I came up with. And I think I'm actually not even going to add the logo, because I actually think it does look better without the logo. And I'm going to go with the dark red. I know that some of the big minifigs that they've released probably has a brighter red. You know what? Actually, maybe a brighter red does look cooler. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Okay, now, let's see here. I guess hands we can just adjust the color, so that's simple enough. Just recolor that. Now, the arms, they also have print work on them, so that makes things tough, because I want to maybe have some elements there, but that's just not accurate. We want to have a little bit of that red, but that's not going to work. We might actually have to go with this, honestly. You know? That might be the way to go here. I know it's a little over the top, but at least that way we do get some of that red in there. That would just be straight up inaccurate. Oh, let's see what that one looks like. Nope, that one is like too little of the red. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to use the Joker henchman arms and see what that looks like at the end of this ordeal. We might adjust it once we get further in. So, I guess that's one of the toughest parts figured out, which is kind of surprising. Because I didn't think it would be quite that straightforward, but okay. Now, for the leggings, we want mostly kind of jeans looking, but maybe with a little bit of a busier look to them. So sort of like that. Let's see, I want something that has... Ooh, maybe something like this, actually. No, there's a little bit too much going on there. What about this? Ooh, now that looks pretty legit. So, I think we'll go with the lighter blue, maybe? Yeah, I think the lighter blue looks a little bit nicer. Then we need to match the hip piece to that. Now, if there is actually a belt buckle, I wouldn't mind using that. That would be cool. Let me see what this one looks like in blue. Perfect. I think those arms look a little bit too busy, but we'll see. We'll keep it as it is for now, and we'll see if it needs to be adjusted. Okay, so let's start with the head pieces. So again, we want red face paint, ideally. And the rest we can recolor, so it's not an issue. But we do want to have red face paint, if possible. Which I can't... I'm trying to... As I'm scrolling through this, I'm already going through my mind, like, okay, which characters have the red face paint, or can have some red face paint or something like that, just so we could have somewhat of an accurate take on the character, you know? But so far, can't really come up with any, honestly. Okay, well, that's definitely a problem. Let me think. How could we do... Oh, wait a minute. I just got an idea. Now, if we went ahead and... For example, this is just going to be kind of a rough take here. Let's see, if we picked, let's just say, yeah, that doesn't really work. Right, let me see. I'm trying to pick a face that would at least somewhat be accurate, because you don't want to pick like the really old face that wouldn't be really accurate to the character. Okay. Let's see. But we also want to pick a character that does have the wrinkles on there. Because the idea is to recolor the wrinkles red. So if let's say we picked something like this. Right? We picked that color. So that's good. Then we change this to be red. Yeah, that doesn't really work. Yeah. Ooh, wait. I think I might have just come up with... Oh, you can't... Oh, man. Why can't you recolor that? If we could have recolored that, it would have worked perfectly. Ah. Why is it always the one piece that it's like, oh, if we... Imagine if we painted that red, it would have looked great on the character. But of course, that's the one piece that we would need here to be able to recolor it is not recolorable. I mean, I guess we could kind of maybe bring that in. I just don't really like the way that looks, but for accuracy's sake, I think we might have to use something like that. If, let's say, we repaint this now to be like this, or actually, maybe even like that. I think that looks pretty good. There we are. Okay, so then we get the red tattoos going there. Okay, you know what? I'm coming around on it. I actually do think it looks pretty good. And I will even probably keep the arms red. Because I actually think it looks good. It's a little bit harsh, like as far as like it... There's a little bit much. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. Now, I don't think they have the daggers available in-game. I don't remember, at least. Let me check. Maybe Gladius Longsword. Yeah, I don't think they have it. Unless if it's in here. Which it is not. So... Yeah. So basically what I'm getting at is that... We're going to have to sort of improvise here. We could actually give him the claws because they will sort of resemble the daggers. So I think that'll work, actually. Obviously, recolor them a little bit here. And ladies and gents, Drax the Destroyer is now completed. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Now, we get to work on Star-Lord himself. So let's go on ahead and begin work on Star-Lord. Now, Star-Lord is going to be a tough one because there really is a lot of options to choose from. Because Star-Lord has had so many different costumes. He's had like the all gray. And in fact, not only has he had a lot of costumes, but they've already also released a lot of minifigs for him. So it's kind of a good and a bad thing. Because on one hand, it's good because it's like we have a lot of reference material, but bad because it's a little bit difficult to decide which one to go with. So I think what we're going to do in order to kind of help ourselves here is kind of twofold. First, what we're going to do is take a look at the body presets and see if there's anything in here that would resemble a red leather jacket, and or could be recolored into a red leather jacket. Let's see. The problem with this one is that it shows the white abs underneath, so it doesn't really work for this character, so can't really use that one. But if we can find something that works as that jacket, which this kind of does, honestly, maybe like the closed jacket look, that sort of works, you know, because they have done a version of him with the closed Ravager jacket. So that's kind of an interesting proposition. I also think this will probably look quite good in red. Interesting. Oh, never mind, folks. We've just found it. That's what we're going with. That is what we're going with. That will definitely work well here. I think so. I think so. All right, so we need to have a matching red. Luckily, there is, which is awesome. Now, I think he does wear gloves. I'm almost 100% certain. If not, I will adjust this and adjust the video, but I'm pretty sure he does. So I think we're going to go with this kind of dark brown for the gloves. So that should work quite well. Then we need to adjust the hip piece because it also needs to have, or he also needs to have a belt buckle. And luckily that red is available, so that's brilliant. And then what we need to do is find a leg piece that would match, or at least somewhat match, this design. So ideally, we want something probably just as detailed as we saw for Drax. I think that kind of looks cool. Maybe just to vary it up a little bit, maybe we pick something different for him. So it's not the exact same outfit as Drax's. Like, for example, this right here, which looks insanely good. So I think that looks pretty sweet. Let me see if there's anything better, though. Maybe we could find something even better. I think the problem with this one, yeah, you say it's going to keep those gold boots, which unfortunately we don't necessarily want. Actually, let me try this. I'm kind of curious to see. That's interesting, but again, don't want to do the separate boot color because it's mostly kind of a uniform minifig. Okay, so, no. Which one did I use before? Was it this? It was not. Oh, no. Have I lost? No, okay. Ooh, there it is. Malcolm Merlin. Sweet. All right, now it looks like an epic version of Dr. Emmett Brown, which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen, go check out that video. That was, of course, some Back to the Future characters being added into the game, which was a blast to put together, honestly. So I was very, very, very happy with the way that that turned out. Okay, now for the faces, okay, so I guess, I should address this, because we could go on ahead and do probably even the helmeted look for him. Don't know which we would use for that, or what headpiece we would use for that necessarily. I guess you could probably use maybe this. Recolored, of course. You could probably use this. You could probably use this right here. That would probably work, actually, especially in like a dark gray. Like, that would be a pretty cool version, actually, of the character. But we're going to go with the unmasked look because I think we're going to get more accurate that way. So, I guess first let me pick the hairstyle. I don't know if they have the actual hairpiece that they have used for him before. Was it this? Nope, it's not that. Oh, I think it might be that one right down there. Yep, sure is. It sure is. Okay, and I think it's that hairstyle. Yeah, because those tones are a bit too dark, I think. I can't tell if it's this one or this one, but I'm almost certain it is this one. Maybe it's this one? No. It's definitely that one. I think. I'm like, it's definitely that one. Then I look at it, I'm like, maybe not. Maybe it isn't. Man, I can't decide. I seriously cannot decide. I think it's this, though. Okay, we'll go with that. Because I'm pretty sure that that's the right one. Now, the face, I actually did pick the right one because we want to have that stubble. Oops, sorry. That stubble. My goodness, I didn't realize that we weren't changing the facial color there. You see what I mean? So you want to have that stubble in there. And so, we end up with a pretty sweet variation of Star-Lord. Now we got to give him his blasters. Dual wielding. Wow, they really did not include the actual designs that they have for him. I guess let's use those then. And then I think you can pick both. Yep, there we go. Boom shakalaka, folks. There is Star-Lord. Ready to rock and ready to roll. So let's take a look at the two characters we designed here today. Let me know if you guys like the designs. Also, of course, stay tuned. Tomorrow's customs episode is going to feature the remaining two members of the core team, at least based on the movies. And that will, of course, be Groot and Rocket Raccoon. Yes, we will have to go on ahead and build, I guess, maybe Teenage Groot, just because the other variations would not be possible. Like, we can't build Baby Groot, nor can we build Adult Groot. So that's going to be the variations that we're going to have to settle on. So hopefully you guys will be okay with that. So first and foremost, we put together the one and only Drax here today, who actually turned out quite cool, all things considered, and all the limitations that we had trying to put together his tattoos. We actually did do a pretty good job. And then, of course, the standout, in my opinion, is Star-Lord himself, because I just think he turned out so very, 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 very cool and epic. But I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think. Which of the characters turned out best? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm actually really, really, really quite curious to hear your opinions and your thoughts on which was your favorite. And also on top of that, of course, make sure that you check out tomorrow's video that will feature the last two members of the Guardians, and then I will do a showcase for the entire team. Should we also put together Yondu? I think that could be kind of fun. So let me know if you guys want to see that as well. As always, guys, have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you all later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.